Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today for a cherry on top to share with you this layout created using some Concord 9th stamps and the Good Times collection from PinkFresh Studio. So I stamp a lot. I know you see that, but I am not a piece it together stamper. So I do have a stamp tool. This is not a Misty, but this is one of those, was taken off the market during that whole debacle. Cheapy stamp tool that I got from like Michael's or somewhere. So with this stamp set, you very much need, if you're going to layer the stamps, a stamp tool. And the reason you need it is in order to do what I'm about to do here, which I want that flower, I want the stamp pieces positioned nicely, and truly the only way you can really do that is position the stamp on your project and then flip it up in order to ink the stamp. I tried, trust me, I tried not using the stamp tool, but you really do need to. And this is literally my first go round with these stamps, and look at how well they're lining up. So definitely need a stamp tool with this. So I love this. It's called Whimsical Wings. It's a stamp set from Concord 9th, and it has a coordinating die set. I am using the full butterfly, but you can totally stamp off just one of the wings, or you could even stamp two wings and fold them in half and create a half butterfly. A side profile butterfly is what I'll call it. So lots of fun options with this. I am also only doing the butterfly, but you could totally do the flowers and do the flowers as a background or other embellishments for your page. So I'm going to spare you the agony of watching me do this with all the different colors and the different parts of the butterfly. But again, you can see how having a stamp tool really, really helps. So stamp away, have fun, layer the colors, and then you're going to use the coordinating dies to cut out the wings. Now you can see that there's also, it's like a faux stitched emboss as well. I'm not going to do that because I think there's enough detail with all of the different colors already. But I will do that, and I will not do it on camera because it's literally just running it through on some Lawn Fawn rose gold metallic cardstock, and it's just stunning. You will see that in the close-ups and as I'm building the layout in the actual process video that follows. I am working on a magnetic plate, so I do not need to tape down all of the pieces. I just taped down that one piece that was shifting because I'm not sure why it does that, but sometimes even though you're on a metallic plate, it does shift. So sometimes you do need some of that lovely pixie tape from ThermoWeb. So I wasn't as good about lining up my dies as I was stamping. So you can see where I just trimmed off a teeny little bit. I definitely recommend a liquid adhesive in order to piece this together. You don't need to because you'll see that I actually do use a dot roller. But I like the flexibility of the Ultra Bond from ThermoWeb and how it gives a nice strong bond, especially because I don't want to adhere the entire butterfly down. I want to have the flexibility. And then also that bottom piece, each piece is nicely adhered, but it's still flexible. It's not solid from a solid glue that adheres. So piecing that together, and now I've got my butterfly embellishments and I'm going to create the layout. So this is a generation ago. There are new PinkFresh Studio collections. I still haven't got them in my hot little hands yet. So in the meantime, I went with this collection because the colors work with the colors that I chose to stamp in the butterflies. So I actually stamped the butterflies first, and then I was like, oh, now I have to find something that coordinates with these colors. And this PinkFresh collection is a fall collection or an autumn collection, but the colors are absolutely perfect to go with the butterfly colors that I chose to use, and so that's why I went with this. So I loved that phrase that says delight in life here and now or something. I don't have the layout in front of me, I'm sorry. But I really wanted that as the title of my layout. And so that is a for sure piece. And then I just want to create a bunch, I'm creating a column down the left-hand side of my layout. I do that a lot. That's kind of a go-to technique for me. And so I just want different pieces of paper with the coordinating colors that are going to go in that column with these two photos. So these photos are of Jasmine. I've done a lot of her lately. And she's just napping. And it tells the story of how she's got two nap spots. One is on a green blanket that my daughter has on her spot on the couch, and I usually have this gray blanket on my spot on the other end of the couch. And the story tells about how she looks up at us and chooses which of the two of us she's going to sit with. I don't think it's so much about who she's sitting with as how warm is it going to be. And that pink little nose, I love little cat noses, especially when they're sleeping and snoozing. Anyway, so I like the pattern in the 6x6 paper pad for when I'm working in a column like this because of the finer detail. And so I am going to, you can see me, you'll see a couple of times that I flip through the 6x6 paper pad. I also don't feel like this collection has enough of that uncharted mariner blue color, that sort of greeny blue that's more blue than green. And so you can see I pulled out some some cardstock to go with that to just complement it and also provide that contrast, that dark contrast that I'm missing in the collection that then grounds those photos a little bit better. Unfortunately, it's not the ideal color to match, but it's close enough and it's the best I could come up with, so I'm going to go ahead and run with that. Initially, I had thought that I wanted the pictures side by side, but I really like them kind of more on a diagonal with the butterflies then on an opposing diagonal to it. So I've finally found the format that I want and sort of the foundation of the layout. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere all of that down and then further embellish from there. I really like that striped piece, especially in the 6x6, because it's the one piece that kind of pulls all the colors together. And you've often heard me talking about, I do like to have a piece of pattern paper that it's the uniting factor there. I have the butterfly, which is the uniting factor too, but I like it in the pattern paper. It's just a quirk of mine. Call me crazy. So that is the rose gold metallic cardstock from Lawn Fawn that I was talking about, and I used the detailed stitch, faux stitch, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I wouldn't really call it a rose gold. And, you know, I have to tell you honestly, when I was talking to Sarah Scraps about it when I got it, gosh, I want to say it was like October of last year. I was actually really kind of disappointed with it. But now that I've actually used it, I really, really love that. So highly recommend that if you're looking for a fun, different kind of metallic paper to go with. And it's not in your face metallic. It's a subtle, yeah, I recommend it. So I cut out a blue body again, just for a little bit more of that blue. And I thought if I had the same color body, it was just, it wasn't going to draw your eye to the detail stitched emboss there. So like I said before, I'm just adding some further color and embellishment into the layout. I will shuffle these around. It's ridiculous what I'm going to do with that poor old green label there, but I will cut out most of, it's literally like a minute of shuffling it around, pulling it up, nope, too high, pushing it down, nope, too low. And so I cut that out. I spared you the agony of that. And so you can see the yellow in there, and so I really wanted a third piece in order to kind of get a visual triangle in there. And then I found these sort of more They're red, but they're kind of more of a darker red, a mahogany kind of color. And I really liked how they complemented the red that's in the butterfly, the aged mahogany stamp that I used. And so I wanted to incorporate that into the layout just a little bit, and that label right there was absolutely perfect. The one that I'm carrying around my finger, the one that I'm about to set down there, I can't remember what it said, but it was like memories in the making or something, and I just wanted memories. And so I just chopped off the part of the word that I didn't want with my scissors, and I actually stuck that on the packaging. So now I will have 3 spots of that red as well to just integrate and tie the layout together. So that little jump there was where I spared you having to watch the hours worth. So fun times with stamping, and definitely showing you how a MISTI or a stamp tool is absolutely necessary. Enjoy the close-ups. I will link you to the products down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.